Hey guys, it's Brianna, and today we are going to learn how to repair holes in your backpack. So as you can see, the top of this is fraying. There's a hole in it. You can see my finger through it. It's not in good shape. At this point is when you throw the bag away, but this is one of my favorites if you're just trying to get your kids' school backpack through the rest of the year, or it's one of their favorites or one of your favorites. Here are some things you can do. The first thing I'll be using is the Cricut Mini Easy Press, as well as some iron-on stabilizer and tender touch. Depending on the size of your bag, I probably wouldn't use a regular iron because it will be too large and you don't want to melt the backpack depending on its material. The Mini Easy Press is really the best for this type of project. You don't necessarily want it on the highest heat level, but you could do that. It all depends on the material of your backpack. I'm definitely going to turn down my iron. Next, I just have my heat pad, and I'm taking a little bit of the iron-on interfacing, cutting it down to size to create a patch. If you're not sure what temperature to have the iron on, go with the lowest setting, and then you can always raise the temperature. I'm taking the Easy Press, putting it on the patch. I'm not really using an ironing motion, more of an up and down motion. And inside this little notch where the zipper is, I'm folding it over and ironing in between there as well to create a seal, because my backpack's hole is in between both of these layers. So I'm just sealing them together and wrapping it all the way around. It fixed the hole, but it's still very thin there because the interfacing isn't very thick. So I'm going to put some tender touch on top of the interfacing just to seal it in. If you only have interfacing or only have tender touch, you could of course just use 2 layers of the same thing. Cutting the tender touch down to size. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger than the interfacing just so it has something else to stick on besides just the other piece of fabric. Now it's not as flimsy and it doesn't feel like my finger is going to go right through it. So here is the patch, and you can still see the fraying on the front, of course. We're going to address that next though. And as you can see, the bag still zips. It looks so much better already. Next I'm taking some Fray check. If you don't have Fray check, you could also use clear nail polish. I'm going to use both because I wanted to see what the difference would be like. So first I'm just unzipping the bag and putting the Fray check all over the open seams on the bag. This is supposed to prevent, obviously, like the name indicates, it from fraying further than it already does. It's essentially just a glue. Once you are finished with the Fray check, just let it dry. If you're going to put a coat of nail polish on top of it, or before you use the bag, please let it dry. So it is dry now. You can see the fibers aren't as fragile. It's kind of crunchy. Next, I'm going to coat all of these spots with clear nail polish. My hope for this is that the nail polish will stick the loose fibers down to that second layer of the bag. You could also put a patch on top of any frayed sections of a backpack. So on the front you could put like a nice little embroidered patch, or you could go buy a patch, you can make a patch. Go check out my embroidery patch video if you have it, if you want to make a patch. I didn't want to ruin the look of the bag, but later on I might put a patch on it because I am so strongly attached to this backpack. Of course, I'm going to wait for it to dry and then we'll come back and see how it looks. You can hear how crunchy it sounds, but it doesn't feel really stiff, which is good. The backpack still feels the same as it used to. It just looks a lot stronger and not like it's going to break apart if I touch it. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel for more content, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!